Well, hi guys, it's Kristen again, and I have a couple dreams from the Lord to share with you. One of them will be mine, and one of them is my husband's dream. But before I do that, I have a couple confirmations that blew me away. You remember in my RFID chip dream, I was telling you how the Lord gave me a dream where people have these chips, and not only will they have their money on them and their medical records. But in my dream, he showed me people using them to start their car. They would get in the car and just hold that web part between the thumb and the first finger of their hand right up to the car, and it would just start it. And I didn't have one, so he had to start my car for me. As soon as I went to drive, I would walk up to the car and he would start it. It was supernaturally started. It was crazy. But I think he was just saying, I'll take care of you, not to take this chip, but people were using them to start their cars. Also, he's given me so many times bees. I don't know what this is about. I still haven't figured it out, but in this video that I was watching of Shaking My Head Productions, they're talking about the hive mind technology. I really don't understand that part of it, but I know that he's given me several names that mean bee, and also show me bees over and over and over. And so this is confirmation for me on two things: the bees, and also the people using the chip to start their car. So I just want to play a little portion of this for you, and then tell you about mine and my husband's dream as well.
Six gibbons, three buff and three black, with white hands, feet, and face rub. Three normals and three operants, the latter with electrodes implanted in their brains, formed the research colony in the summer of 1971.
This is the Tesla valet card that I can use to start my car. So I'm going to dissolve it in acetone to get the chip out, so I can take the chip to encapsulate it in a biopolymer and implant it in my hand and start my car. I've noticed they take about an hour to dissolve completely. They're a little bit heavier dutier than like a hotel room key. And the antenna goes around the perimeter of the card, so you can't just cut the card in half. These Tesla key cards have no unique identifier on the card at all. So you can buy any of these cards and you can program it to any of your Tesla Model 3. So the way the process works is you would take this card and you would tap it to your Model 3 and you would write a new key, and you use your master key, so people can't just randomly write a new card for you to start your car. A few years ago, I got this RFID implant in my hand, and it's just basic access control. If I were to tap my hand to your phone, it would automatically open a browser and go to my web page. It also works with my front door, so it's just access control. And then I pre-ordered a Tesla Model 3 a few years ago, and I heard that the key card was actually going to be an RFID-based technology to start the car. So I was like, oh, maybe I can get that information and store it to my chip and to be able to start my car. When I tried to scan and get all this information off the Tesla card, I was thinking, oh, hey, I can get a lot of information about the Java applet that it runs on, but I can't take that information and write it to my current chip. So it's pretty secure. Good job, Tesla. So I was like, I'm just going to take the chip that I have in my valet card and encapsulate it and implant that one in my hand. Mel is the person that started Dangerous Things, and the chip is very much similar. He went to his vet, and it's the same chip to track for your dog. And he said, well, if it's safe enough for me, it's safe enough for my pet. So I kind of roped him into my Tesla hack because he's all this knowledge. When I dissolved the chip, I sent it to him, and he encapsulated it in biopolymer, which is safe to use for the body and under the skin. Talked to a few doctors. They were a little weary about doing this because it's kind of a questionable.
Can you believe that? Well, there's confirmation on the dream the Lord showed me. So, yeah, I had that dream months ago, and now people are implanting chips in their body to start their car. Eventually, they can just put it all right on that RFID chip. Okay, so I had a dream that, let me get to my pictures. I had a dream the other night, and as you guys know, I had a dream of giving birth, and it was biblical. And that dream was of Isaiah 66:7. So I had that dream that I shared with you just a couple of days ago of the river rushing, and we thought it was going to sweep us away. It was the river was so high and rushing so fast, but it actually didn't sweep us away. And I thought that was the end of that. I just thought it was showing me the flooding. But a couple nights later, I have another dream, and this one was a huge explosion. And I believe it was a nuke or something similar. I mean, it was a big explosion. I don't know why, but there were people running in front of me, and I was running away from this explosion, and it should have burned me. I should have, been totally, I should have been ashes, really, and I was protected. And when I got to the place where everyone was running to safety, I'm looking at myself, I'm checking myself all over, and I didn't have one burn. And I got this passage, Isaiah 43:2. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. Isaiah 43:2. So, yeah, he keeps showing me biblical dreams. And like I told you guys before, I had a dream where people perishing for lack of knowledge of his word. So here's an example of that. 3 dreams he's given me all in Isaiah. Well, actually 4, because I had a dream of Isaiah, I think it's 60, verse 2. Of the gross darkness shall cover the earth, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. I don't have it right in front of me, but he's given me now 4 dreams where they were all in Isaiah. So for confirmation, that's just crazy. And then let's see, I got another verse from him earlier because I want to share my husband's dream with y'all. But this explosion was crazy. I'm pretty sure it was a nuclear bomb. I don't know if it was just right in that area or if he's just showing me parts of the U.S. being nuked. I can't remember all of the dream. So I did know in this dream I could see people's hearts. Like I could tell if they were good or bad people. And that's basically it on my dream. Okay, so my husband's dream, he had a dream that was crazy. He does watch TV and I don't. So, this could take it or leave it on this, but I think it's biblical because he said we went out somewhere in public and we're at a store, we're trying to get some things we needed. And he said that people were sitting in chairs, just sitting down. And he was like, why is everyone sitting? It looks more like a hospital or a doctor's office in here. I mean, no one sits at a store. He said they were all sitting around and they were all gray looking, like lost all color in their face. They looked really gray. He said all of a sudden they start vomiting, and it was some kind of black vomit. And the reason I tell you, I know that's gross, but I saw the same thing in like 3 different dreams, and I did not know what that meant. I thought maybe they were, vomiting because of ash, some kind of ash or something getting in their lungs. But no, he was telling me this was some kind of sickness and that everyone had it. It was contagious. As soon as they started to vomit, we just left because we're like, oh my, and I wanted to go home, but he was like, no, we're not going home. We're going out somewhere to the wilderness. We're packing all of our stuff now. So I don't know what all that means, because I would have thought that if things were that bad, we would have left before then. But that was his dream, and I wanted to share it because I don't know how long it will be before any plagues break out. But it was really bad. And then I got one more verse to share with you, and something crazy that happened to me. I'm always telling you guys these supernatural things, but On this one comment section on someone's video, we're all talking about praying at 3:33 p.m. in the afternoon. I have my phone set to pray. So I get a different phone and I have to set the clock on my alarm to 3:33 so that I'll remember that's the time I pray every day. So I go to set my new alarm on this phone, and you know how when you go to set an alarm, it just offers you a ringtone? Yeah, I didn't choose a ringtone yet, and out of like 30 ringtones, and my phone just picks this one, which is crazy. Can you see that? Homecoming. I just couldn't believe it. That's so great. I thought, oh, okay, well, that's perfect. So I just left it at that because I thought that's a great ringtone for my prayer every day. Reminds me of going home, and I think he did that on purpose because, like I said, your phone, or at least this one, I don't know about your guys' phone, but this one just chooses a ringtone for you. And if you want to change it, you can, but it just picks one. Okay, and I also got this, like I've told you guys in a couple other videos. Anything you need, ask in Jesus' name. I don't want this video too long, so I'm going to go ahead and read this and then be done with this video. I'm sure I forgot several things because I had a bunch of notes here, so I'll just try to make another video so that each of them are not, I'm not getting too long here. But if you need anything at all, ask whatever you need in Jesus' name. And this will amp up, like, as we get more towards hard times and tribulation, and people are going to have to use his name no matter what it is you're asking for, and I think they'll see that that'll happen pretty quickly. This says Luke 11:10, for everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. And he gave me that after he told me, let them know to ask for everything in my name. And so, rebuke evil in Jesus' name, ask for what you need in Jesus' name, and pray always in Jesus' name. And I hope you're all having a great evening, and God bless.